I videoed myself taking apart these wheels, well, taking apart partially, cutting the spokes out and everything like that. And then we've sent away the hubs for powder coating. They're all back now. We've got a week and a half before we're racing. The bikes haven't been tested, the wheels aren't even built. I don't even know how to build a wheel. So anyway, so now I've got to learn really. So first job is I've got to install these bearings into the hubs, and then I've got to learn how to spoke the rims to the hub. So there we go. One lovely freshly powder coated rear hub. It's brand new. And the first job, as I said, is to install the bearings into the hub. So there's a bearing for the other side, that's a bigger bearing, and there's a bearing, then there's a space that goes in the middle, and then there's another bearing for this side, and on this particular wheel there's then a seal which goes into this seal holder, which then screws into there. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to go over to the press, find some sockets or other bits of material that I might have lying around to press the bearings in, and then I can start my learning journey lacing these wheels. The bearings are installed in the hub, and the seal holder has been bolted in. Bolted that in using this homemade pin spanner, which we use for suspension work. It's just an adjustable wrench with some pins. Holes drilled in the jaws and some pins pushed through, and that just grabs it nicely and it enables me to tighten it up. So now the difficult bit. So now is the installing the spokes and lacing it up. So you can see there's this plate. This plate mounts on this side of the hub, and with the powder coat, I suspect it's not going to go all the way down very easily. So I'm gonna just shave off the powder coat from the inside of this plate. And from the reading that I've been doing and the watching videos and stuff, I believe that the way to do this particular wheel is to lace up the drum side first, and then sit this plate and the spokes on this side, and then feed them on. So hopefully that's the way to do it, and hopefully that's going to stand me in good stead. Wish me luck. Okay, so all the spokes are in, spoke pattern's all good, and then I've just been going around tightening up the spokes. There's a few threads left on each one, and then I'm going to put them in put the wheel in the wheel truing machine, and then I'm going to measure everything. So when you saw me taking the wheels apart, you saw me measuring the distance from the side of the machine to the centre of the hub, the distance of the rim to the edge of the tyre machine, and so this rim's a slightly different width to the original, so I need to measure that. I need to calculate the difference between the old one and the new one and what the different offset is going to be. So I'm just going to do a little bit of maths. I'm going to put it in, measure it all up, do a little bit of maths, and then I'm going to start tightening it up and trying to get it level. All my measurements and calculated it all, and basically if I can get this side of the rim here to be 119.5 mil from the edge of the tyre machine, then that will be the measurement. So what I'm aiming to do is I'm aiming to get 119.5 mil from the edge of the tyre machine when all the way around the rim. So that's what I'm just going to do. So I'm going to start working my way. It's quite a long way off that at the moment, so I'm going to just start working my way around the rim, tightening the inside spoke on this side of the rim up until I get as close as I can, and then I'll then start working my way, trying to even it all up so it's all nice and level, and then I can tighten all the rest of the spokes up then. Finding as I'm going round this is I'm finding that the rim is off axis. So at some places it's closer than 119.5 mil to the edge of the tyre machine, and in some places it's a lot further out. So where I'm finding it's too close, tightening up the spokes on this side of the rim, and where I'm finding it's too far away, I'm tightening up the spokes on this side of the rim. So the idea is that they'll all then start to pull against each other, and it'll pull it all into line. And then as I work my way around, slowly and carefully, it should all come into line, and they should all be reasonably tight, and should have a good basis for finishing it off, and then ultimately obviously put the tube and the tyre on and get it into the bike, and hopefully we can go practicing next week. Well, it's taken some time, but I think we're looking all right there. Very difficult to show you, but so measuring from here basically to here, I'm using a vernier gauge, which isn't really the right tool to use. So you should really have something kind of attached to here and measuring out to here, so which can't move, whereas I'm doing it by hand. But very, very, very close all the way around. So I think that's definitely good enough for me. And so I'm going to crack on with the front wheel build now.